Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and welcome to the Qatar Open Innovation Program webinar. This webinar is a partnership between QRDI and Aspetar, and I'm very happy to be your host for this session. Let me first introduce myself. My name is Abdelhaq Balaidi. I'm a RDI Program Manager in charge of the Open Innovation Program. My distinguished guests and panelists today are Professor Marco Cardinali, Executive Director of Research and Scientific Support, and Mrs. Vasilisios and Mr. Vasilisios Sideris, who is a sports scientist and senior biomechanics. Vasilisios, I think there is a background noise in your. Okay, thank you. Unfortunately, my third guest, Joao Marquez, will not be making it today. So the agenda of this webinar, I will start with introducing the Open Innovation QRDI and the Open Innovation Program. Then I will hand over to Aspetar team to talk about their innovation cause. I will then show you how to submit a proposal, and then we go for the Q&A session. Please, you can start using the Q&A function in Zoom to ask your questions, and then at the end we will address them. And if for any reason we cannot address a question, we will come back to you by email. Okay, so an overview of the Open Innovation Program and QRDI. QRDI stands for Qatar Research, Development and Innovation Council. It was established in 2018 to drive the research, development and innovation agenda in the country. The first assignment was to develop a strategy for RDI from 2020 to 2030, which was delivered and approved by the higher authorities. Then QRDI started then to implement this strategy. It implemented through many programs, and one of them is the Qatar Open Innovation Program. So Qatar Open Innovation Program aims at connecting large local enterprises and government agencies, we call them opportunity owners, with local and global innovators. So the idea is that we go and work with the opportunity owners seeking their need in technology solutions in order for them to enhance their service and their competitiveness. And we frame these opportunities in the form of a call for proposal. We publish them on our website and our innovation partners website. And then we scout for you innovators to send us the best of the proposals you have for these opportunities. Then after the evaluation process, we also fund the innovative pilot product to be tested here inside Qatar. So what is it for you as innovators? This program will give you access to funding for a pilot, as I mentioned, and the funding is sealed at $100,000 US per project. It will also give you a chance for a potential commercial agreement with the large local enterprise and government agencies. We see that as a proof of concept or a pilot, and then afterwards, if the pilot is successful, then the large enterprise or the government agency will be signing a commercial agreement with you. Then during this period of POC or period of the project, we facilitate your access to company registration if you wish inside Qatar, but you do not have to register for the period of this project. So you can apply even if you are a company outside Qatar without registration inside Qatar. However, when you're at a certain time, we will ask you to prove that you are a registered company in your country. The fourth gain for you or benefit for you is to gain access to local incubators and accelerators here inside Qatar. If you visit us here inside Qatar during the project pilot, then we will introduce you to incubators and accelerators. We will introduce you also to universities and research centers with whom you may have a potential collaboration. And last and not least, you will have access to Qatari market as well as GCC and worldwide market especially through our large local enterprises. If you will see examples of the opportunity owners that we have, and some of them are locally known, some of them are regionally known, some of them are internationally known. Here is a list of the opportunity owners we have worked with so far, and you can recognize some companies that are worldwide known, like Qatar Airways, like Qatar Shipyard, like Milaha, Uridu. These are all worldwide known enterprises. And then we have our local companies as well, and government agencies like the ministries. You see, we have Ministry of Climate Change, Ministry of Labor, Ministry of Municipality, Ministry of Health, of Public Health, as well as local companies like Baladna, that now is expanding outside. We have Aspire, and we have also Aspetar, which is well-known, hospital for high-performance sports. Let me now give you some statistics about the program. Since we launched this program in 2022, we published so far 72 codes on our portal. You can find them on our portal. We closed 70 of them. We awarded 42 projects, and already 12 projects are completed. So you can see that most of our projects are awarded. The ones that are not awarded are under evaluation or are in the stage of signing the contract. I now give the floor to Professor Marco to talk about Aspetar and about the opportunities. Marco, the floor is yours.
Yeah, thanks, Abdelak. I think the presentation is shared as presenter view rather than a big slide. Okay. There is a message on the chat. So if you can share the actual big view, it's easier.
Let me see. Okay. It's gone.
Yeah, it's still in presenter view, so it's a little bit small.
Sorry.
That's okay.
Yeah, I think you've shared your screen instead of presentation.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
That's better. Perfect.
Sorry?
This is perfect.
Okay, good.
Now it's working. Excellent. So, yeah, welcome everyone. Thanks, Abdelak, for introducing us for this specific call. Just for everybody that is online, if you don't know what Aspetar Hospital is, I'll give you a very brief overview. We are a specialized sports medicine, sports science hospital in the state of Qatar. We are responsible for providing sports medicine and scientific support services to all the athletes in Qatar, and also providing services to all the major sporting events that happen in Qatar. Our vision is to be a global reference center in the world of sports medicine, and our mission is to assist athletes to achieve their maximum performance and full potential. We are one of the few centers in the world, I think there is only 4, that is a FIFA Medical Center of Excellence, as well as an IOC Research Center and an AFC Research Center. And over the years, not only we have been providing services to inpatients and outpatients in the state of Qatar, and many international athletes that have come over here, but we've also provided medical services at major sporting events. On the slide, you see a small list of them, but World Championships, Continental Championships, like the Doha 2019 Athletics World Championships, Qatar 2015 Handball World Championships, the UCI Road Race World Championships, and recently the FIFA World Cup in Qatar 2022. We are a research institution also, but we are not an academic institution. We are an hospital. So we do a lot of research, we do a lot of medical education activities, we do a lot of conferences. And these 2 specific calls that you see are dedicated to try to help us with some projects that we currently have in different fields. And so we are trying to look for a technology partner that can help us develop what we need to be able to achieve our goals. Next.
Is it showing?
Yes. So I think Bas can introduce that.
Yes, thanks for the introduction, and thanks for joining us today. So the first project is the called Next Generation Biomechanical Analysis for athletic performance. If we go to the next slide, please. What are the main goals? And first of all, let me spend a few minutes just pointing out why we think change of direction performance is important. We know that change of direction is a skill that is a key performance indicator for many sports, especially football and basketball, but is also a movement that is associated with non-contact ACL injuries. So currently, the gold standard tools that are available are very accurate in measuring performance and biomechanics, but are also quite expensive, and they can only be used in lab spaces and not on the field of play. They furthermore require expertise, and it's a time-intensive processing to analyze the data. So our vision is to make this type of assessment widely available to the community by developing field-ready and automated and accessible technology, but without compromising accuracy. Next slide, please. So what for the proof of concept, we want to focus on a specific change of direction test, the 505 test, where the athlete is required to perform sorry, to accelerate and decelerate within 5 meters, then make a 180 degrees turn and reaccelerate for 5 meters. And we are looking to capture with the video cameras the entire 5 meters of the task. The key variables we would like to extract from this solution is the center of mass position and velocity and acceleration. We're looking at an accurate measurement of the sagittal plane kinematics at the hip, knee, and ankle joints, and also an automated way to extract basic spatiotemporal metrics such as step length, ground contact time, turning time, and so on. And next slide, please. So to summarize, our requirements is to develop a solution that has a feature of autonomous event detection, which means to be able to detect the foot contact and foot off events automatically. The processing should be efficient, real-time or near real-time. We are hoping to validate this solution against the gold standard system that we currently have in our lab. And the system should be able to be used both indoors and outdoors with minimum hardware requirements. So we're looking for we would prefer a single camera solution, but depends on the accuracy. We would happily examine other solutions with multiple cameras. For us, very important element is the user experience. So the system should be easy to use and should not require any technical, let's say, background to operate the system. And then we're looking for some basic features such as ability to export data and develop a dashboard for reporting the results and being able to report those, to share reports with other stakeholders. And that's it from my side.
The other technology, the other project that we are interested in is about wearable technology and potentially a smart court platform to measure paddle activities and physiology. Next, please. So paddle is a fast-growing sport. Has got huge growing in terms of active players around the world at every level, recreational and professional. We recently signed an MOU with the International Paddle Federation and Premier Paddle, which are the professional paddle tour worldwide. And we are conducting a series of research studies because we want to help the international community of paddle to understand what's the physiological demands and what is required to play paddle at high level, but also understand the risk of injuries. And we want to do that by using state-of-the-art and non-intrusive technology. So we want to develop a transformative technology that will provide a comprehensive analysis of player movements and the physiological responses. We want to help the coaching community to understand what's the evidence base to train the athletes in paddle. We want to advance research, and we want to create an accessible technology for players at various levels too. Next. So what do we know about the current technology and the limitations? And you can go next. There is a couple of animations on this one. So we know that there are various IMU solutions that can be used now. The top figure here is, let me see if I can activate this. The top figure here is for This is something that we've done recently in a major tournament. As you can see, we can track players. They were wearing a vest with an IMU that included GPS unit and accelerometers. This was an outdoor tournament, so it was possible to track the movement of the players. However, we have no data about the racket movement and the wrist movement. We know that there are technologies available like wrist-mounted or racket-mounted, and there is also optical technology to measure and track the players. Now, the problem with all these technologies is that the players don't like to wear this kind of stuff, especially the vest here. Some of the IMU solutions for the racket are too bulky and the players don't want to wear it. For indoor, it's very costly to do LPS, so local positioning systems. And at the moment, there is no technology integration with other physiological measures, or very limited, like heart rate, core temperature, sweat, etc. And instrumented courts limit the portability. There are antenna-based and video cameras-based systems. What we are missing is an holistic way to measure the players. So not only we want to know how they move within the court, we want to know how the racket is used, if they do backhands, forehands, etc. And we also want to know their physiology. Next. So I'll clear the drawings. So what are the technology requirements that we are looking for? We want to simultaneously capture the player movements on court, as well as the wrist and racket movements and the impact detection, because we want an holistic quantification of the amount of workload that the players do. It needs to be wearable, it needs to be non-intrusive, and needs to be very light. We've done projects already with different IMUs, and the players don't like to wear it. So we need things that can be worn without impacting the player activity. We want to also link and sync data with existing commercially available sensors. We use a lot of sensors that measure core and skin temperature. We use heart rate monitoring. Ideally, in the future, we want to use continuous glucose monitors. So we want some sort of agnostic, technology agnostic platform that we can incorporate all these sensors. Ideally, at some point, it would be good to have real-time data transmission with cloud storage capability. And in terms of a potential smart court integration, we want to make sure that the positioning is accurate, that there is the ability to synchronize with video, and there is a scalability of being able to measure multiplayer simultaneously. So not only one player on court, but all the 4 players that are on the court at any given time. And for us, it's very important, this concept of technology agnosticism, because we want to integrate with existing wearable ecosystems. So if a player is wearing a Garmin heart rate band or a watch, we want to be able to integrate with that or read the data, or Oura Ring or eCelsius, etc. So we have a lot of expertise in all these systems. We've used a lot of them in different projects. We used a lot in paddle, and we really need the technology to help us study paddle better. So we have a lot of expertise on our side. We're looking for expertise on your side to try to develop something unique in this fast evolving sport. And there is, of course, the potential to extend this to other racket sports. Next. So that's it from us. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Marco. Thank you, Vasilios, for your clear and comprehensive presentation. I would like now to show you how to submit a proposal. Please access our portal. This is the QR code here. If you scroll down, you will find these 2 under current challenges. You will find these 2 challenges, and then once you open one of them, then it will take you to the description of the proposal. If you apply, click on apply here, it will take you to our partner 9 Sigma, where you can see again the description, but you can click on the respond button. If you are already registered with 9 Sigma, then you can go ahead and start filling the different fields. Otherwise, you need to register in order to access to the application portal. Then once you access there, as I mentioned, you just fill different, fields, answer questions, and tick the different box. And that's it. If you submit it, then it will come to us. We just accept the proposal that comes through this channel and not through any other channels, please. Here are some, tips for applying. You can so please fill all the fields and put as many information as you want. If you are not done, you can save and come back. So you do not have to do it on one go, but you can start, save and come back, save and come back until you finish. And please do not, forget to submit, to click on the submit button in a way that the application comes to us. Just a kind reminder about the deadline for to submit a proposal. It's June 29th for both calls. That's it for this call. So we now open the floor for the Q&A session. We need some calls.
Yeah, I'm answering the calls. I'm answering some of the questions on the chat, so trying to help. But if there is anything else,
okay. So let me see Q&A. So let me. So what are the eligibility? There is a question. What are the eligibility criteria? What about the age? So eligibility criteria of applicants, it should be a company registered in the country where you are. I do not understand the question of age. Can you please reword it and ask again, please? Next question: How finance will be managed within outside Qatar? So the finance will be managed after signing the contract. You will, or before signing the contract, we will discuss with you different milestones, and then we will send, the installments in US dollar if you wish so, milestone by milestone. Once you achieve one milestone, then you send us, and then we look at it and we agree about it. We send you the disbursements. Next question: given the schematics of the first challenge, do you have a specific deployment place in mind? If positive, what is the video capture infrastructure? I think this question is to Vasilios.
Yeah, I can answer some questions. So there was one about which phases of the test. So we want, with the proposed system, we want to be able to capture the entire phase of the 505 test. So the system should be able to capture 5 meters of the change of direction task. There's another question about which sports. It's any running-based sports. There's no specific focus on any sport. The change of direction is a skill that is applied in many sports. There's another question about the reports.
Let me read the question and then you can answer, please. How fast should reports be generated? Is there a preferred template? Oh, it's gone. A preferred template or compulsory elements of the dashboard in terms of comparison with previous tests graphs?
Yeah, yeah, that's a long question. So many details to be addressed here. Of course, we mentioned the key metrics and the key variables we want to be able to reliably track. For us, the most important is center of mass trajectory and the velocity, so we can extract all the performance metrics from the center of mass trajectory. And of course, the system needs to be able to, and that's the main innovation of this project, to automatically detect the foot contact and foot off events, so then we can calculate the spatial temporal parameters. How fast the system should be fully automated, should require minimum manual editing post recording, which means ideally we should just crop the video in the desired part of the task, and then it should automatically calculate the different metrics and generate the report. Should not require any manual editing after that. Regarding templates, of course, we have already templates for tests that we are doing, but that's something also that we expect to receive through this project. There's another question about
Okay. Let me read this question, Vasilios, please. Yeah. I understand that it was recommended to use a single camera for the analysis. However, given the 180-degree turn in the agility test, ideally requires 3D motion analysis. Should we focus on the 2D analysis as the more practical and efficient option instead of delving into the 3D at this stage? Let me go. Okay, you can answer this question, and then I will continue to.
Yeah, as soon as we can accurately track the sagittal plane angles, we are happy with that. For us, it's important to have a portable solution that we can take measurements on the field. But it all comes down to the validity of the measurement. So we are happy to consider also dual camera solution. For example, if this increases significantly the accuracy of the measurement. The desired solution is a single camera, because that's from a practical point of view, that's very important to be able to use a single camera to extract all these key metrics that we mentioned earlier. And regarding the comparison of the results, we have an ongoing project where we're aiming to validate the markerless technology against the gold standard, our Vicon motion capture system. So we do have the infrastructure to record data with the gold standard system, the Vicon system.
Okay, thank you. Next question. What are the duration of these projects? Usually these projects are up to 1 year project, unless it is specified in the call that it should be shorter. Next question, what is the target delivery? What is the scope of work of these projects? Maybe this is for both of you, Vasilios and Marco.
Sorry, what is it?
He's asking about the scope of work.
Yeah, the scope of work is indicated in the call.
Yeah.
It's very specific there. So
Maybe he needs more clarification, or
Yeah, I think this.
I'm not sure how much clarification is needed, but the scope of work is pretty well highlighted there. We have a 12 months time to deliver that on both projects. So we need a solution that can measure what we are trying to measure, and it needs to be deployable.
all right. Thank you. Next question, there is a checkbox for sharing the data of form in public before submit the proposal. Could you please convince how we should accept the confidential data of our platform and solution will be included current, future, our technology? Could you please clarify? I do not understand well the question, but I'm guessing that on 9 Sigma, it says that you should not send confidential data or confidential information, because we do not have yet any MOU with the applicant. So try to make your application without any potential patentable, information, so that you will not, in any reason, you will not give whatever is valuable for you before signing the MOU. This is the point. But from our side, we will not, publish any proposal outside the QRDI. Next question, is it possible to have a co-funding company in kind sharing from outside Qatar participate in this project? Co-funding company from outside Qatar for this project. If you mean that you want to get money from two sides, from QRDI and from another company, as long as we get our, you test our the solution here, and the opportunity owner is happy with the tests, we have no issue. However, we will ask you later what is, and during the during the evaluation, what is this company, or please tell us who is this company and what is their business exactly. What type of document or files can be uploaded in the file attachment section? How will intellectual property rights be handled and managed for this project? So you can submit, the file will, the fields you will be filling them text. You can submit images. You can, I think, submit also PDFs, and I'm not sure about videos. I will have to come back to you. Can you please send us an email? You have the email on the last slide, and then I will tell you whether it's possible to send a video or not. Next question. Ideally, when shall the development of the pilot start? I think we said around August, September. Yeah, so ideally it's going to be around August, September, the start of the project, and it will last up to 1 year. Next question. I am a PhD student at HBKU. Am I eligible to apply? Well, only companies who are registered. You have a registered commercial registration company in Qatar or outside Qatar, you can apply. But as an individual, you cannot apply. Next question, is there a specific age for participants? Oh, as long as you have a company, we do not, look at the age of the CEO of the company or the team of the company. The next question, is there one single winner per call? This is a yes and no. Sometimes, depending on the calls, it happened that we awarded more than one winner. If we see that two companies came with different technologies,
Thank you,
and
Noha.
each
Thank you,
technology
Malik.
is, has the
يعطيكم العافية
potential
for
to
this
be
comprehensive
successful.
presentation.
Sometimes we do that, but it's I would say rare. About, I think, from the awarded one, about 10% or less than 10% were awarded to winners. Next question, is it necessary to gather multiple companies to apply for this call, or can it be submitted by just one company? It can be submitted if you propose a full solution of each of one, I would say, call, or if you want two calls, it's fine to get one company only. Now, if you are just addressing a partial thing, then it's better to a partial solution. Then it's better to partner with another company to have a full solution. Next question: at what stage of the pilot would the company need to register in Qatar? At no stage. For the pilot, you will not be needed to register in Qatar. Now, later, if the pilot is successful and you want, let's say, to add more features to your solution, you want to do some R&D, you can register inside Qatar in order to get other kind of grants. For 505 code tests, is there any metrics we have to follow, or we can produce our own?
Yes, I mentioned this one. So,
Vasilis?
I mean, obviously, we have our metrics in mind. So for us, again, key metric is to capture the center of mass velocity, and based on that, then we can calculate all the performance metrics related to the change of direction tasks, such as accel decel time, accel decel ratio, accel decel distance, and so on. Apart from that, we're looking again for the sagittal plane angles, joint angles, and the spatiotemporal parameters, the ground contact time, step length, and so on. So, but we are open to, when we build the proper dashboard, we are open to new metrics that cannot think of it right now.
Okay, thank you. Next question, what is the required accuracy? We already have a markless motion capture, which is accurate within 2 centimeters for each body joint. Is that good enough?
We would have to validate the solution against our gold standard system on the specific task. What we know from the literature is that the markerless, there are plenty markerless solutions already on the market available, but we know that the accuracy is very task dependent. So we would have to run a validation against our gold standard system.
Thank you. Next question, if we want to upload video paradigm of our solution, is there a space in the platform to do so, or we just provide a link to them? I think the best thing to avoid any issues with the size of the videos, if you can send us a link. But please, I remember some applicants send us a link, but when we clicked on the link, then it didn't work. So make sure that the link would work. Or if you have a YouTube, let's say, channel, you can send us the link of the YouTube channel. Next question, first challenge, is the run test place fixed, or system should work both inside and outside, and if in any place outside the hospital?
Yeah. I think it's clearly mentioned in the call that the system should be able to be used both indoors and outdoors. The validation and the pilot study will take place indoors because we have to use our motion capture system for the validation.
This question is just repeated about the checkbox. Please send me an email and then I will answer to you later. Next question, can you please list the variables to be tested for the ACL pilot study?
I think I answered this earlier, and it's in the technical specs, yes, the key variables.
Thank you. Next question, to get similar accuracy to Vicon, at least 4 cameras are needed. It would be impossible to get similar accuracy with 1 or 2 cameras.
Yeah, that's obviously, and we already know the limitations of the markerless system, but we want to, again, we're not looking for 3D angles, we're looking only sagittal plane angles. We very well know the limitations. We want to have a solution that can be as accurate as possible, but at the same time can be used on field to quickly get the results. I think this pretty much answers the question. So we are well aware of the limitations. We're not looking to replace a Vicon system, but develop something that can be used for on-field measurements.
Thank you. Next question for proposal is an individual online demo possible? Well, an individual online demo is possible only if you pass the first, evaluation stage. Then we could call you for an interview. However, in the first stage, you should send us a proposal that is convincing that it could go to the second stage. And next question, which tier level for each project? I think this is for both of you.
I think we indicated it's in the call, and
yeah.
This is not a research project for a university. We really want a solution.
So as high as possible.
Yes.
Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah, I think we indicated 4. I think
I think it was 4, if I remember well.
Maybe I'm wrong. Yeah.
Yeah. Next question, what if an individual has created the same solution, so if you prefer him or not? Secondly, can we apply through a university? No, we will not accept application through individual or through university. It should be either it should be a company, either a startup or an SME company. Question to Vasilios, how many cameras are you currently using with the Vicon system?
So I'm not sure if so we have about 40 cameras in the lab, optical cameras and 2 video cameras. So we are not necessarily planning to use the video recordings from the Vicon system to validate the system. So the companies that can provide their own video recording solution. So we're not, I mean, we can provide some video recordings, but they can also come up with their own hardware solution.
Okay, thank you. Next question, it looks like you are looking for a trade-off between accuracy and ease of use. Are you able to quantify those trade-off? Which accuracy is needed? Which budgets should the solution fit? I think
really
what yeah,
I cannot
think
really
what is
quantify it right now, but yeah, I mean, again, I think we just need to test on this specific task to address this question. And I mean, we know that there's going to be a trade-off between accuracy and cost
okay.
and usability. So
Thank you. Next question: do you require any exclusivity or ownership with respect to the product that is being developed, be built from scratch, or must everything be built from scratch?
This program is not about buying technology. It's about developing something, and so there is an element of co-development because there is a considerable IP and expertise coming from Aspetar too. So I think the solution will have some share of IP at some point. So this is what we expect. If we wanted to buy something that is already existing, we would go and buy it. We wouldn't do this program. This program is about creating a solution.
Okay, I think I missed to answer one question about the IP policy. So the IP policy, as we understood it, as far as QRDI is concerned, we do not want to own any IP. It's the opportunity owner, which is Aspetar, who owns the IP, any new IP generated during these projects. I think the background IP is will still, belong to the innovator. And next question regarding this scope of work: would it be one controlled area where the system works, or multiple area? For instance, one inside and one outside, or 20 inside? Should the solution be integrated with any Aspetar IT system after the project's deployment system? The deployed system should be transferred to maintenance?
Okay, for the second one, no need for integration within Aspetar IT systems. For the first one, I'll leave Vas to answer.
yeah, I think we answered already that it should work both indoors and outdoors in multiple areas. We know that with this markerless solution, there are some issues when we have multiple subjects in the same capture volume. So there should be a solution about that. It should take care of the noise, let's say, in the measurement. Yeah.
Okay, thank you. Next question is again about who owns the IP. And I think we answered this question, is that this kind of project has some elements of IP where Aspetar would give their expertise, and any generated IP during this project will be, discussed between Aspetar and the solution provider. Next question: if we do want to register in Qatar, is your support available during the pilots already? Yes, if you want to come and register, we will, as I mentioned, show you or guide you how to register here inside Qatar. Next question: if I have pilotee, I just cite that on proposal. Thanks. I didn't understand this question. Can you please reword this question, please? First challenge: how fast can the athlete technically run? Should we aim for Usain Bolt performance level?
Yes. So they go 6-7 meters per second. So I think we also mentioned in terms of technical specs, the frame rate in the description. But that's technical details when we can discuss at the later stage. I don't think we need to address it now. But this is an application for high performance athletes. It's not like for gait analysis that you would work with low sampling frequency.
Okay, thank you. Next question. I am a doctor of physical therapy and trying to understand if the ACL pilot study is meant for progression analysis.
I don't really understand what you mean progression. I mean, obviously, we're trying to develop a solution to test this change of direction performance, to test this movement, and when we can reliably use it to evaluate athletes over time, then we can track the progression.
Okay, thank you. Next question. Does the company we open in Qatar have to be brand new company, or can it be a branch of existing company? It can be whichever you want. It can be brand new, or it can be a branch of an existing company. Next question for project 1, just to clarify, should we target a volume of 5 meter by 5 meter or more subjects?
Yeah, we're looking for a single subject. The target volume should be not necessarily 5 by 5. It should be 6 by 2, because you need to be able to track the initial position as well. So you need a little bit more than 5 meters in the capsule volume for a single subject.
Thank you very much. Last question. Both projects should consider a dashboard or a GUI by the end of the project within the 12 months. Is that?
Yeah, of course, we need a graphical user interface. Otherwise, how can we use it? So yes, of course, we want it.
Okay. Thank you very much for attending this webinar. I would like to thank Professor Cardinali and Mr. Sideris for their presentation, as well as for addressing all the questions. And thank you all for attending this presentation. And I would like to hear from you through the proposals in the coming weeks. Thank you and have a nice day.